Yo, hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? My check, my check. Yeah, you can hear me. You can hear me. Let's go, boys. Those are all the motherfucking amigos in the motherfucking chat. You know what I'm saying, bro? I was like, man, I needed an intro. But honestly, I think this might be my intro right here. You know what I'm saying? Until we build this bitch up, right? Until we do this shit again, right? Let's get some motherfucking likes in the motherfucking building. So those to everybody that's in here, if you haven't fucking dropped a fucking like, please do so. You know what I'm saying, let's get it on and pumping. I mean, this is my video. This is my shit. Let's go. Cosmic, 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 cosmic.
And sounds the producer.
Hey, so this is all the amigos in the motherfucking chat. I do a little bit of everything, but a lot of nothing. So yeah. Let's get it on and popping, boys. Me, yo, where everybody at though? Hold on. How many likes did we get? I seen you, motherfucker. Okay, 4 likes. That's good. That's good. We good. But yeah, ain't no thing but a chicken wing. You just want to come in here and hang out. I'm saying I'm gonna do my thing. I know how I do it. I'm saying here we go. We'll drop the link. Appreciate y'all. Whoever gave a like came through. I'm saying salutes. I mean, am I even live? Oh, no, am I live? I'm live. I'm alive. I am alive. I'm live and alive. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Man. I've been having fun. This shit's been dope. I've been doing this whole entire let's call it Juan Wick shit and shooting shit. So I like that. I want to keep on doing that. Uh, so sometimes this is for me, not for you. I mean, so if I do it, it's okay. If you guys, I get it. So I was talking to Paulo Furioso, right? And this is the thing. If I were to just stick to one thing, one topic, and always do this shit, I think that would get more viewers. But I like to do all different types of things. So I've done conspiracy theories, I've done virtual reality, I've done fucking Grand Theft Auto, I've done all this shit. I do all these type of things, right? So I want to keep on doing it. I don't want to be just one trick pony. I mean, it's not gonna happen for me. I mean, and I could, and I should I? But to me, it's not. Most of these streamers, you guys watch, they're not making money. They put more money into streaming and entertaining you guys than they do making money. They don't do that. I mean, and that's not what I'm in it for. So I've always told people, some people need a place to go to and hang out and chill, right? Because you guys can come in here and chill, hang out, talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. All right. Let's get back to it though. Oh shit. See, this is the thing. Sometimes I just want to shoot shit. I just want to shoot. Pop. That shit was fucking dope. I love that shit. It's fucking just aiming and shooting. It's crazy. Yeah, I get it though. Here we go. Let's play another track. Let's play another one. If you guys have a track, let me know. Let me know. We're gonna play it. But yeah. In the meantime, in between time, I'm saying we're gonna keep on doing what we do before. What we've done before. We can continue to do this shit over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this real quick. Hold on. So, Luz, like I said, if you guys want to join the panel, it's all good. If not, it's all good. I mean, I do try to show a variety of different things here. Oh, okay. Hey, hold on. So, what's the update? Because somebody actually told me they appreciate they like the stream about the pyramids, right? So, what is the update between with the pyramids, right? Okay. Let's show you guys. Okay, we're gonna show this real quick, right? So, what happened today? Hold on. Oh, we got a whole bunch of shit. Oh shit. Okay. So Project Unity. Hold on. Project Unity is a channel that you guys need to pay attention to. This motherfucker is small. He already hit like 70K views, right? Only because he was featured on not only, but what's it called, Joe Rogan showed some of his stuff, right? So this is the update with the whole entire what's it called, um pyramids, right? Here we go. Okay, first of all, if you guys can go subscribe to this guy or subscribe to this channel, right? Copy, paste. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna share the screen. So this is the new information, the new data. It's not even information; it's data. Here we go. So this is him. So what's going on?
Wow, so there has been a lot of surprise and shock.
Right, because the people that laid out put out this information, they're being scrutinized and they're being talked about, and this is good. So you need to put this information out and then talk about it, right? So here we go.
And skepticism, all of which is understandable in relationship to the Kaffa project and the claimed findings on the Giza Plateau and the Kaffa Pyramid regarding these substructural engineering components that go deep into the ground and potentially across the Giza Plateau in general. Like I said, a lot of skepticism, and I was very excited when these claims first.
No, it's true. There is, but he breaks things down because I did see other like scientists. So they break down what satellites are they using in order to use what would be called ground penetrating systems, right? Satellites or things like that, right? Because there's no I don't know if there's such a thing, but here we go.
Came out. That video has since gone extremely viral, even featuring on Joe Rogan. But there's actually been a lot of updates from the team over in Italy. They've now released the 4-hour press conference where they go through all of the details of their findings. You can find the link to that in the description box below. It is currently in Italian, but they are working on getting an English dub version out in the next couple of days. I highly advise all of you go and watch that 4-hour presentation. But if you want to get a kind of too long, didn't read rundown on it, this is what I'm going to give you right now. So just pay attention. And I'm also going to highlight some of the critiques that have been going on and why they may not hold up to scrutiny in the face of the kind of technology that's being deployed here. So there's been a lot of critiques, and I mean a lot of critiques, including coming from the mainstream media and the mainstream academic sector, about direct EM penetration and ground penetrating radar, how there is no ground penetrating radar that can go 2 kilometers into the rock. And that's absolutely right. But that's not what's being claimed by the team. The team is not claiming that SAR technology.
So this is what's crazy about this shit. So we've seen people say that so in order to be able to penetrate or to get like underground readings, they usually like they detonate shit, like they'll like basically blow something up in order to get a like a vibration. You know what I'm saying? In order to get that information, you need to somehow affect the same region, right? The same area, right? Here
Technology, which stands for synthetic aperture radar. They're not claiming that SAR is penetrating 2 kilometers of rock. Instead, their method proposes that SAR technology is detecting secondary surface deformations caused by deep mechanical resonance, not direct EM wave reflections, right? So they're picking up on resonances coming from underground structures and measuring that acoustic resonance, that reverberation. It's not penetrating deep into the ground. It's penetrating quite shallow into the ground, which is typical for these systems, picks up on acoustic and reverberatory energy and uses that to model what could be underneath the ground, causing these reverberations. SAR technology already...
That's true. That's wild. So basically, these motherfuckers are already beacons. They're beacons for other sophisticated civilizations to pick up on this shit. I'm saying, so you can pinpoint where they're at. They're already aligned with the Earth, 30 degrees latitude, 30 degrees longitude. So they already are in perfect position, right? Here we go.
Measures surface deformations within millimeter scale precision using interferometric techniques, also known as INSAR. That's how we monitor earthquake zones and volcanic inflation. If there were deep voids beneath the Giza Plateau, which are resonating, the surface could experience these subtle periodic displacements, like detectable energy that would be picked up through the SAR technology, through the phase-sensitive Doppler processing. So SAR doesn't actually need to penetrate the rock directly. It just needs to detect surface effects caused by subsurface resonance, right? So anything that's below ground, that's a large structure, especially, and we're going to get into the reasons why the Giza Plateau might be one of the most interesting places in the entire world to find this type of anomalies and structures.
If you think about it, it was definitely built that way. It was built to be detected. It was built on a specific place. It wasn't by chance. It wasn't by like, oh, we're just gonna build it here. So the people or the civilization that built these pyramids, they didn't just choose that location. They found the location. They actually went there specifically. They 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 could have built anywhere in the world. I'm saying, so you mean to tell me they brought material 500 miles away? They went out of the way to build this shit, right? It just seems like they specifically targeted that area, specifically made put the pyramids there. It's not by choice. I'm saying it's not by chance. There's no way. The way that they did it. So if you can build pyramids like pinpoint accurately due north, 30 degrees longitude, 30 degrees latitude, right? You don't do it by choice. You do it because you spotted it. And then these are not people that just are walking around like nomads. You know what I'm saying? They were able to fly. They were able to fucking go across the whole entire earth. They found the right spot, the right place, and they built these shits. Here we go.
So when they're picking up on these reverberations, it's being caused by structures below ground that are transmitting this reverberatory energy up to the surface. The satellite scans the surface, not the depth, and picks up on the reverberation, which it's able to model. It's able to figure out through very, complex computational algorithms, the model of what exactly is reverberating under the ground. Now, the Giza Plateau specifically is geophysically unique. Limestone and granite are known for their acoustic and piezoelectric properties. Limestone and granite make up the majority of the Giza Plateau. Now, granite contains high quartz content, which responds to mechanical stress by generating electric fields, which is also known as piezoelectric effects. Piezoelectric, naturally induced, naturally created electricity. Resonant voids underground within the Giza Plateau could actually stimulate mechanical stress in these piezoelectric geoenergetic rocks, these piezoelectric materials, limestone and granite, which would create these surface-coupled oscillations through the piezoelectric effects. Now, the pyramid's precise geometry could actually enhance wave reflection and standing wave formation, essentially acting as a mechanical amplifier for deep resonance. Are you still following me? In other words, Giza's geology and construction actually create the ideal conditions for deep mechanical resonance to couple into surface level oscillations, which can then be picked up by the SAR technology.
Right.
So this is our
right. So what it is that if you wanted to create a beacon, you know what I'm saying, for other other existing like aliens or UFOs, things like that, you would specifically target that area because it's perfectly that's what you would do, right? Here we go.
Through the piezoelectric effect. Now, the pyramid's precise geometry could actually enhance wave reflection and standing wave formation, essentially acting
basically sends a signal throughout everywhere throughout the even out of our Earth, right? You know what I'm saying, because like there's other planets that have life, right? So that's what one of the things that when we use our satellites and we send satellites into other planets or into space, we're looking for other types of signs of life. And then basically, the pyramids are essentially a beacon that's sending signals to other planets, saying that we're here and where we at. Here we go.
As a mechanical amplifier for deep resonance. Are you still following me? In other words, Giza's geology and construction actually create the ideal conditions for deep mechanical resonance to couple into surface level oscillations, which can then be picked up by the SAR technology. So this is actually really interesting because low frequency seismic waves and standing resonant waves would survive potentially for kilometers underneath the ground, depending on the geological structure. So if there are deep voids that are in some way geometrically tuned to natural frequencies like Helmholtz resonators, they could sustain coherent resonant oscillations that transfer energy up to the surface. So the surface response could then be detectable as a consistent micro Doppler shift in the SAR technology. Mechanical resonance propagating through dense rock via piezoelectric coupling bypasses a lot of the issues that a lot of the critiques are trying to come up.
Yeah, all the shit that he's saying is fucking crazy. I love this guy. He's one of my favorite people now. I'm saying, if you guys haven't subscribed to this dude, I'm saying, let me drop this shit to his channel, Project Unity. He talks about a lot of this shit, right? So this is one important thing, right? So the pyramids weren't built for mankind; they were built for our planet, just to let people know that we're here. Because so what he's saying is that it's resonating energy. So what are you doing? You're tapping into the Earth's core, right? And then you're amplifying it, right? You build the pyramids on top of that. So that's why they dug all the way down. You know what I'm saying? To amplify the Earth's core and to amplify the pyramids.
With in regards to attenuation and scattering, which are problems faced by direct EM waves, but not with the Doppler technology being deployed through the SAR surface level scanning. This is all very, very interesting, and I won't pretend to be a technical wizard on a lot of this. I've been doing research, trying to understand the SAR technology, and I'm listening to the experts that are talking about this in relationship to the way in which this is being deployed on the Giza Plateau. It's very unique. It doesn't seem to be what a lot of the critics are assuming it to be, which is just a basic use of ground-penetrating radar and the assumption from the team that GPR can somehow go 2 kilometers underneath the earth and scan buildings with incredible accuracy. That's not the claim that's being made by the team. It's the subsurface acoustic resonance that's being picked up from these deep structures that is then coming up to the surface and being scanned by the SAR system. Okay. I hope you guys are all with me right now. I know it's a pretty technical and complex thing.
It makes sense. It seems like so all the building material that they use was for this exact same thing. So if somebody's using, like, let's say satellites or other things to detect certain energy, you would scan for this type of shit, and this would, so that's why you would look at the pyramids as a pinpoint place, 30 degrees latitude, 30 degrees longitude, to find another planet that has life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do, right? So whenever you send satellites into space, or you try to detect if there's life in other planets, this would exactly what it would be. All they did back what 11,000 years ago, right? They built these pyramids, and it took. I honestly, I think it's way beyond that, because you have to think about how long it took to just even plan these things out, and then make these things, and then bring all of these stones. Well, not stones, but like building blocks, right? to build the pyramids. This was thought up like thousands of years ago. It wasn't just overnight. You know what I'm saying? The pyramids of Egypt weren't built overnight. They were built and they were thought of for years and years and years and years and years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so the material that they're using is their a vessel and mechanism for you to be able to detect. They specifically use certain things. So it's the radar in the building. But this is the thing. So it wasn't by coincidence that they use granite, that they use all these stone blocks in order, and they put it in Egypt. They could put it anywhere in the world. It was just Egypt was the perfect spot because it was the right spot. You know what I'm saying? So these are were people that they knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what it was. They can fly, they can fucking build, they can fucking drag, they did everything. Here we go.
I'm trying to get my head around it, but it's not going away. It's not going away. It's not been dismissed automatically right away by these critics. There is a lot more to this than a lot of these people are letting you know about. So SAR measures backscattered electromagnetic waves, not seismic waves, but SAR interferometry, INSAR, that's the abbreviation, INSAR, is already used to detect microscale surface displacements that are caused by earthquakes and tectonic shifts. The Doppler shift SAR detects would come from the surface deformation caused by deep mechanical resonance, not the resonance itself. And Doppler-based SAR is already sensitive enough to detect ground deformation caused by magma chamber inflation, tiny tectonic shifts before earthquakes, and ocean surface currents and even atmospheric pressure waves. So if SAR can detect these subtle mechanical shifts, it's actually plausible that deep resonance-induced surface coupling could register as a Doppler shift. And Doppler-based SAR is sensitive to noise. Yes, a lot of the critics are saying that the Doppler-based SAR is sensitive to noise, you know, picking up artifacts and noise that isn't actually representative of something actionable or real. But consistent periodic signals are far easier to extract from noise using statistical and signal processing techniques.
Okay, so I think this is why they actually chose to build the way that they built, right? Because if you're trying to use a certain material, you would detect a natural material, not a synthetic, right? So what they did is you can see the structure as natural, as a natural material, and it breathes, right? Just like a what would I say, like a mountain or something like that, because that's what it is. So okay.
This is where the algorithms come into play, the AI integration, using these new technologies that weren't available in 2022 to do these new studies and analyze data in a completely different way. If the surface oscillations are tied to a resonant frequency, like a consistently repeating oscillation.
Right. So what is he saying? A resonant frequency. Ah, man. Okay. So if you have an earthquake, these structures, they vibrate, they move with the earthquake. I mean,
over time, they would stand out against this random noise that tends to be picked up by SAR. And that's what the team are claiming that they are seeing with these images that are now coming out from the new conference, which have got higher fidelity in terms of the scans of the subsurface structures of the Kaffa pyramid. And as you can see on the screen right now, what you're seeing is a pretty pronounced spiraling structure coming down from the base of the pyramid. So obviously this does need to be tested and peer reviewed and cross-referenced with a lot of scientists, but I don't think it's fair to just completely dismiss these findings based on, quite frankly, what seem to be assumptions from critics that these people are deploying a very standard ground penetrating radar GPR system and platform and claiming that that's penetrating deep into the rock. It's not penetrating deep into the rock. That's not what they're trying to claim. They're not claiming the impossible. And again, the thing about the Giza Plateau is it's geophysically unique in terms of what it's made out of. The materials that it's made out of are unique and extremely important for this type of a study. The combination of resonant granite and limestone and piezoelectric properties, the geometric resonance from the pyramids, and deep voids underneath the plateau that could be acting as essentially Helmholtz resonators, which actually creates the perfect...
Exactly. They are meant to be detected. They are meant to be like, okay. So if you're trying to scan through all the planets and look for other life forms, this is exactly the material that you would use in order for you to fucking find them. Here we go.
Environment for this kind of coupling that they're doing with the Doppler shift and the SAR technology and analyzing the subsurface resonance. It all actually is prime real estate on the Giza Plateau for this exact type of study. And what they're showing to us, what they're confident in, the team is still very confident in this. And like I said, they have now released a 4-hour presentation. It is in Italian. Right now, you will need to put English subtitles on, which are available if you go in the little drop-down menu and select English subtitles. You can put English on. They're not brilliant, but you can pretty much read between the lines with the core, claims and what's being shown on screen. That they are very confident in what they're believing to be massive underground structures within the Giza Plateau, underneath and connected to these pyramids, including the Kaffa pyramid, with these spiraling structures that are now being shown in higher image fidelity in these new presentations. Most geological settings around the world lack the piezoelectric and geometric properties that are present at Giza. So this effect might be site-specific. There are a lot of places around the world that could still be scanned, but it might be quite site-specific. If confirmed, it would open a whole new field of planetary scale geophysics and blending seismology and radar.
That's crazy. So look, so we are living, and we live in what the fuck is it called? The electric I forgot what the grid is. I forgot what the name of the grid is, right? So this is a grid that is in the earth, and that's why they find pyramids and things like that. You know what I mean? You see this grid? So the pyramids align with perfectly 30 degrees latitude and longitude, right? It's like pinpoint accurate, and then you align all the rest of the planets.
Our physics and material science into a very different approach to archaeology, which is fascinating. So yeah, if beyond these methods, the scientists behind this type of technological integration who's on the team, if they hold up, it's not a minor discovery. It's a pretty paradigm shifting method in how we understand geophysical coupling and ancient engineering and subsurface imaging. Many of the critiques do kind of fall apart due to the assumptions of the systems and the methods being deployed and assuming conventional geophysics. But Giza's geological materials and its architectural conditions are anything but conventional. This is a very unique site, and they're using very unique methods. So I think we have to look at this in a unique way and not in a conventional methodology way, because that's not what's being deployed to come up with these findings. They still need to fully evidence these findings. How they will get any sort of digging permission, I do not know. I can't imagine that they will be getting any sort of digging permission from the Egyptian government. But more of these scans need to be done. As the technology evolves, maybe we'll get higher image fidelity. But I can't think of anything else.
Okay, so if this is true, right? Will we ever get scans on like, will they ever do anything like that? Because like a lot of these Egyptologists, they don't like to do none of these things. They want to keep this shit like just within Egypt, right? So they're slow on doing this stuff, because even recently, in recent times, they've discovered tombs, they've discovered other places in Egypt, right, by accident. But I don't think that they're are they willing to fucking dig down all the way down? So from what they found, you know what I'm saying? So are you going to do that? It's going to take a lot of fucking work. And if something exists down there, that's just crazy. So they're saying that there's a city beneath the pyramids of Egypt, miles down. That's wild. And they're not willing to do it, or will they be able to willing to? Are they willing to do it? Here we go.
Some of the non-invasive practices that I'm sure that some people are actually already trying to show.
Right, non-invasive would be like ground penetrating. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. What is it? What the fuck is it called? Seismography? Am I saying the right word? It's like just the study of like what would be underneath. They use that for they use it for to try to detect like if there's oil, right? That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. This is crazy. So this is one of the craziest things that's happening right now in the world. You know what I mean? For the sake of human civilization, right?
Shut down, because if this is true, the implications, again, like I said in my old video, are just so massive. So I wanted to go through just kind of these critiques about the conventional system of SAR technology versus the unconventional way it's being deployed and the unconventional geophysical properties of Giza itself. We have to look at this as a relatively unique event. I have critiques over the way that this has been released. Just because my video somehow managed to get the most traction, it's not like I just pulled this information out of the ether. It was floating around on X.
Nah, he's good. He's good. He's good. Bro, you doing it. Let's go, bro. Ski, let's go. Come on.
Again, if you're not plugged into X, you're going to miss a lot of things, because I've been putting updates on there every single day that I'm finding anything out, adding it to the pile. So if you're not on X, you are going to be missing out on some of the fast coming information until I put it into a video format like this. This is now, essentially.
My favorite OnlyFans women are on X. So I'm gonna make sure I follow you, my boy. My bad. Here we go.
Delayed information. But yeah, there's been a 4-hour release of the technical conference going into extreme detail. They've released higher fidelity images. They're still very confident in their claims. There have been, I would say, fair rebuttals to these critiques about the conventional SAR technology and assumptions on people's part about the way in which it's being deployed. Now, I'm not an expert, so my first video probably had some errors in the way in which I was breaking it down, because I'm just learning about it here. But I've started to do more work and more research, and I'm being told by experts, a lot more specific technical information about how exactly this is working. And I'm going to be speaking to people that are close to the team. I'm trying to secure an interview with one of the actual lead scientists, but I am going to be speaking to people close to the team who are out there in Giza. They're underneath the...
Yeah, they need to... Like I said, this needs to be for the sake of humanity, right? For the sake of this thing, right? We can produce war, but at the same time, at one point, we do. If all of these countries, right? United States, Russia, India, China, I'm saying, France, or whatever nuclear country has nuclear weapons, we can go to space. I'm saying the just between United States, Russia, India, and China. I'm saying, and England. I'm saying we can go to space. We can leave this planet. I'm saying China is already in space, right? Russia's in space. United States is in space, right? So this is the thing. Unite all these countries instead of them building and continue to build weapons of mass destruction to destroy the fucking planet. We can be leaving the planet, right? So it should be a united effort. It shouldn't be this fucking continuous wars or figuring out how to fucking nuke a planet.
Yeah, plateau. They've got amazing videos of them underneath the plateau. Trevor Grassi, he's a very interesting guy, so we're going to be speaking to him pretty soon to kind of get an idea of what the team's been doing out there for the past few years and how they've come to these findings. But again, I would really urge people to, not blindly just believe it, definitely not just blindly believe it, but don't just dismiss this on the basis of it coming out in the way it's come out. Like I said, I do have issues with the way it just kind of circulated through a few small researchers, and then it propagated out, and I picked it up, and then that kind of exploded, and a lot of people were coming to me and asking me, very specific questions. And it's like, I'm not associated with the team. I just caught wind of the information, dug into it a little bit, found out that there had been a conference, saw some images of the conference, and saw that these, 3D graphics were on the presentation.
I think, so this is, I forgot his name. I think it's Andrew something. So I dropped a link for his channel, Project Unity, right? I think he's giving the best breakdown of it. It's like just like I'm saying, how would I say it? This for dummies, right? He just makes it understandable. but it does explain a lot of things.
I looked up the scientists behind the team, and they're real. So at the very least, at that point when I made that video, it was like, okay, the people are real. That checks out. The conference did happen, seeing images of it, and they're making these claims. So I'm going to have to make a video on this. This is just too extraordinary, right? And there's just been more data and more data and more information as we've gone forward. But the way in which it was released was a bit strange. I will say this, though. When very controversial findings come out about a place like, Giza and the pyramid complex, the historical narrative around this in terms of the conventional archaeological circles, the conventional historical circles, it's pretty much settled, right? All of the other theories are fringe theories, whether it's aliens building the pyramids, or just the idea that perhaps there was a civilization before the pre-dynastic Egyptians that was responsible, and maybe these pyramids are older. Both of these are dismissed basically at the same level of dismissal from the wider mainstream academic community, with a very established kind of status quo and dogma when it comes to these narratives about Egypt. So you have to consider the fact that these ideas, and even like kind of permission, like, hey, I want to go and do XYZ with a space-based system to go and scan for underground.
Yeah, so that's wild what they did. That's wild what they did. So, can it be true? I'm saying what they did or what they're doing. So I think he's elaborating on that, because like a lot of people are trying to dismiss the fact that you can use so-called satellites to ground penetrate and read this shit, right?
Around cities, because I think that maybe this could actually be a location of a lost hall of records. A lot of the scientists would just go, absolutely not. Are you crazy? Like, that's not underneath the pyramid. What are you talking about? So you have to understand that these bold ideas, these fringe ideas, will come through the fringe. I'm not just going to sit here and defend these people, because they definitely need to fully evidence their claims and make it irrefutable. How they do that, I don't know. That's up to them. They're the ones that are in control of this project. They're the ones that are deploying these methods to try and understand what's happening. But I would...
That's true, right? So are they... Okay, so even if they're right or they're wrong, because this is fucking crazy, right? To say that there's fucking... all of this shit, because I've seen videos of them digging underneath the pyramids too. It's happened in recent times. So to say that there's all of this shit underneath, there's a city beneath that, that's crazy. And then who built that? Let alone building the fucking pyramids itself is a remarkable thing for human ingenuity, and for us. Like, that's crazy. Then there's something else beneath that. It's crazy. It's crazy shit.
Just caution people away from a knee-jerk reaction to things like, corny graphics on conventions and presentations and stuff like that. First of all, not in control of who makes the graphics for these conferences, but also these
That's
conferences... True. I've been to places like this, like, it's kind of like Contact in the desert. When you go and talk about UFOs on stage, there's a lot of wacky characters, there's a lot of weird stuff. But if you appreciate my research in the UFO field, then you'll know that when I'm standing on that stage, I'm not going to be the same as someone who's just trying to sell a fake story, right? So there are differences, even if it's in the same kind of operating arena. You have your grifters and you have people that are really trying to find actual information and answers, and sometimes they operate in the same space. And these guys are having to operate in this space because the mainstream wouldn't accommodate for them, right? So you have to give them the benefit of the doubt, is what I'm saying. I think they deserve the benefit of the doubt for things that seem a little, cheesy or badly planned in terms of the release of things, because they're having to operate outside of the mainstream circuit of kind of...
That's very true. It's very, very, very true. So all of this information, sometimes like these so-called conspiracy theorists, they live in the outside of the realm because they're not accepted inside of the mainstream media because of all the insiders, the people that they just don't accept this, right?
Academic information sharing and peer review.
Yeah,
there's been so much kind of uproar and mainstream media dismissal from this already that it's very difficult, even at this point, that's so early in the game, for them to get confirmatory collaboration and peer review. Because a lot of scientists aren't even going to want to touch it, right? Because it's like, oh God, see the way that got flamed in the media? I mean, that's a ridiculous claim. I'm not working with them. So again, it censors itself. Like the system censors itself and kind of insulates itself from potential damage by creating these huge media flurries like the one that's occurred over the pyramids. It is sensational. Of course, it is sensational. I understand that.
Yeah, this is wild. So, okay. Even if it gets debunked, right? If they say that this is not true, they're investigate. How can we do it? You know what I'm saying, I think that they sparked enough interest, throughout social media, and people are intrigued that now we need to investigate. Is it true or not? Is there something that lies beneath? And what type of technology? Debunk it, right? If you think that this is not real and it's not true, then debunk it, right? Because if these group of scientists, they came up with this and they were capable of doing this, you have NASA, you have other countries that can debunk it. No, that's what it would do. It would only spark interest into people trying to debunk this, right? To try to say that this is not real. You know what I'm saying? So all it's doing is actually trying to create a get people interested more, right? But this is what they're saying. How did a small group of scientists, how were they able to do this? Why aren't governments doing this, right? Here we go.
But just because it's sensational in terms of the implications and the claims of what's being discovered doesn't mean it's not true. And I think we need to just pay attention to what the team's doing. I think we all need to be watching that 4-hour presentation. If you can bear to read subtitles for 4 hours, like I said, the Italian version is already out, their native language, and then there's going to be an English dub released. But this is something that you should pay attention to. You shouldn't just actively dismiss it. I've been disappointed with some of the, fellow researchers in the fields that have been very dismissive of this very quickly and tried to call me out and say that I'm, being foolish and nonsensical. I'm sorry, but I'm a reporter who reports on very interesting information when it comes my way. And I felt.
So, okay. So it's something that this person didn't do himself. It's something that he's reporting on that other people said. That is very interesting, and it is so the biggest thing that could possibly happen in human existence, right? Imagine the pyramids of Egypt, and then underneath that, miles, I think it's a mile or 640 no, it's 640 meters down. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's fucking crazy. Then there's a city beneath that. That's wild. So how did they do that shit? How did humans, us as a people, you know what I'm saying? As a people, you know what I'm saying? How did we do that? How did they do that? It's crazy.
Felt that at the very least, based on what I'd seen at the initial beginning of this, I'd seen the conference that happened. I've seen the images from the paper. I've seen the team talking about it. I know that this is actually something that's happening. It's worth highlighting. It's worth going, hey, my audience, would you like to hear about this thing that I've heard about? And, did I expect it to end up being played on Joe Rogan? Definitely not. Very happy about that. That's really cool. I was literally rock climbing at the time and got a notification saying, dude, you're on Joe Rogan. And checked the video and was just like, oh my God, Chris Williamson and Joe Rogan are talking about his video, which is kind of interesting. I think we should just be open-minded. I think we should pay attention. Yes, I was very excited in that first video.
Right. Rightfully so, because this is the biggest thing. And I think that all of the nations should get together and investigate this shit, because at the end of the day, it's what we are trying to figure out. Where did we come from as a people, right? As human beings, we want to know everything about us. You know what I'm saying? We don't know anything about us. I mean, we read the Bible, right? And the Bible gives us a story about us, our history, right? Well, we have. That's why they built pyramids. That's why they wrote languages. That's why they did all these things, just to get a little glimpse of where we came from. What are we going? Where are we going? You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing. No?
But yeah, I'm an excitable person. But I'm telling you right now that there's something to this. I think that there's definitely something to this. The way in which they've presented it is not the best. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Yeah, you could have done it better in terms of the way that you've released this information. But I do understand you're working in a niche, fringe, small.
Right, because the reason why they're putting sorry. The reason why they're putting this information out is because the Egyptologists, they don't like that shit. They want to keep it simple. They want to control every single thing that's put out. Anything about Egypt, they want to control it. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't dig. That's why you can't do anything. That's why you can't come up with any type of conspiracy theories or anything like that, because they don't like that shit. They want to keep it. You know what I'm saying? The Egyptians built the pyramids, and that's it.
Small, relatively kind of low audience engagement network of people, and you were not able to kind of get the reach that you probably needed and deserved for this to be taken more seriously by the wider academic and mainstream community. I'd also like to say that I'm pretty confident, based on what some of these people are saying online, that Zahi Hawass has dismissed previous subterranean passageways and caves and entrances in the Giza.
This guy, so Graham Hancock. I remember Graham Hancock used to fucking. I used to read books on Egyptology or ancient. It wasn't necessarily like ancient aliens. It was more about like. So Graham Hancock believes that there was a civilization before us that did all of this stuff and they spread all of this knowledge throughout the whole entire planet. Kind of makes sense, right? Or taught people, everything, right? So when it comes to Egypt, Mesoamerica, things like that, like he believed that there was a civilization that traveled and was capable of traveling, which is true. You know what I'm saying? So 40,000 years ago, there was people. What is it in Australia, right? How'd they get there? You know what I'm saying? So when people say that, oh yeah, Christopher Columbus discovered America, but there was already Native American people there. There was already fucking people living in South America fucking 16,000 years ago. So all that shit. I mean, it seems like there's a system to wipe out the existence of all the civilizations.
A plateau, which have then been found. And then he's explored them later, like a couple years later, he's gone down there and had a little photo. So, when he says this is absolutely nonsense, he said that a few times and it's turned out to not be nonsense. Now, granted, this is a much bigger claim. It's very exciting, though, and it does tie in to a lot of historical, theological references, mystery school references, and just the general kind of implication of a pre-flood, pre-cataclysm civilization, which I think was very true. Also, in reference to that, I don't know if you've noticed that my talk with Alex Jones is no longer on YouTube. That did not survive 24 hours. It was shut down and deleted by YouTube for violating terms and conditions, even though there were no inappropriate moments. It was all within the guidelines. It was all about history and the pre-flood civilizations and the implications of the Giza complex studies, all of that. But apparently it was not suitable for your eyes and your ears on YouTube. So I apologize for that. I think it was really interesting. We had a great conversation. I feel like I presented good information.
I did see that. That's crazy. He's gone. He's gone. Oh shit. Don't say Alex Jones because this motherfucker's gone. Okay. Was it on his shit? Okay. Wait. No, it's on him. Okay. We could still see that. Okay. I'm gonna watch that in a little bit. Give me 1 second. No, I'm not shirtless. Lester. I'm not. I mean, you know what I'm saying, not shirtless, but you know what I mean. I'm saying, not right now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. My boy's cooking, bro. This motherfucker has some dope ass shit. He has some dope ass fucking content. It's amazing. Here we go.
But yeah, like YouTube teams, like the YouTube community support thing, whatever they are, their official account actually commented on my ex posts, my posts saying about this has been banned on YouTube. YouTube's not allowing it, and they were like, "Oh, you can appeal. Just appeal." Like, and then they commented again, like, "Have you seen our comment? Just appeal, please." So I was like, "All right, I'll appeal." I appealed for it, and they rejected it within like an hour. So I was like, they've rejected my appeal. So yeah, like, maybe sort out the internal politics over in YouTube, because you guys seem to be disagreeing with each other on what's suitable and what's not suitable. That's just the way it is these days on this platform. Unfortunately, you balance a very fine tightrope when it comes to discussing essentially anything that's interesting and important. Anyway, I would advise you to check out their YouTube channel where it's being.
This is definitely, like I said, it's important for the sake of humanity. I mean, because like I said, we always think of where did we come from, why are we here, why are we living, all of these things, and if we can get closer to that and have an understanding, then we can move forward and just become better people. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly think that we are more powerful than we know. We can do more shit. You know what I'm saying? We could do anything. You know what I'm saying? We've done it already. As far as like a group effort, as far as like a conscious effort, yeah, I think humans, we are definitely more powerful than we know, and we can become more powerful the more that we know. The more that we know about ourselves, then we can strive for bigger and better things. If you understand certain things, then you're going to, okay, how would I say it? E. If you understand yourself, you understand where you need to go, right? Here we go.
Being put through again, just try and not be too dismissive of the aesthetic of the entire situation. That could be improved and tightened, there's no doubt, but let's see where they go with this. I think we should support it. I think we should encourage it. I think we should talk about it. Who are the ones who have the breakthroughs in science? Who are the ones that do the incredible work and break out?
That's true. The ones that have so okay, they've always said that, oh, this person is crazy. Then that person dies, and it's 100 years later, and then they were like, oh, he was right. Oh, he was right. He knew. How did he know? Why not? Even if it's crazy, it sounds crazy, but why not explore this shit, right? Because like that's what he's saying, basically, right? So the group of scientists that are saying all of this shit, let's go crazy. Let's go explore this shit, right?
Out of the mold. Is it the academic masses? Is it the armchair skeptics? Is it the people who all have the same idea about the same model that someone else came up with, not them, and they've all just agreed to it? Is it those people that break out? No. It's the Teslas, it's the Einsteins, it's the people who defy the status quo of their time and go, actually, I have a different idea and I think it's this way. And everyone laughs, right? Everyone always laughs at those people. What are you talking about? We have this established, we have this completely ironed out. This is the model. Behold the model in its awe and beauty, and then it collapses under the weight of information, evidence, data. This isn't just something that's relegated to the history books. Great ideas, explosive ideas, disruptive and controversial ideas happen every day. Sometimes they're completely worth ignoring, but other times they're actually worth taking relatively seriously. And when you've got a group of people with academic credentials, with scientific backgrounds, who are speaking confidently.
This is wild. All the information that they're putting through. Okay, so then if you're a scientist, what are you going to do? What you're going to do is try to debunk some of this stuff, right? Okay, right? all of these people they're showing their information. They're doing press conference. They're doing this in a what the fuck did he say? They're not destroying the pyramids. They're doing it in a way that they're showing information, right? So debunk it, right? There's so many other people that can do it, right? Egypt can do this, right? Egypt, the country, can debunk it. Use the same type of technologies they're using, right? So this is what they're saying. This is what they're putting together, bro. This is
on their findings and presenting a reason why these methods were actionable for getting this type of information. You should listen, right? You should listen, even if it's really crazy, because maybe that crazy person is the next one that we're all going to listen to in 50 years' time.
Yep.
Because maybe that crazy person's right. Because maybe they're actually not crazy, right? So let's give them the benefit of the doubt and let's see where it goes. Again, links in the description box below. So yeah, good luck to him. Good luck to him. I think we should all keep it.
Yes. Yeah. So if it's easy to debunk it. Use the same exact technology. Use the same exact examples. This is how you do this. That's science, right? So science is tested based on what is it called? Science experiments, right? It's an experiment, right? So debunk it. Either you can do it, you could replicate it, or you can if you replicate it and you keep on having the same results, it's proven, right? So, but now you have the Egyptologists, the Egypt, right, trying to debunk this shit. This is so fucking crazy. Okay. Let me show you guys some more videos. So this is how it all started. I didn't even want to do this shit, but he just came up on my feed again. This motherfucker is fucking killing it. He's gonna be killing it for a while. Right. Here we go. So this is what's happening. If you guys haven't paid attention to this, right? So I think he has the best breakdown on
I am struggling
social media, right? He's been presenting. A lot of people have been paying attention to him. How many views did he have now? Oh, okay. Almost 500,000. Okay. Almost okay. But this motherfucker's got it, right? He breaks down exactly what's going on and what they discovered. Here we go.
to express in words just how significant of a discovery this is.
Am I high? No, not yet. No, So, Lester, I haven't smoked in a long time. It's been months. It's been like fucking 6 months. I usually smoke weed, but yeah. I'm not high. No. I wish. I've been drinking.
What has just been announced in relation to the pyramids at the Giza plateau and the plateau itself is so incredible.
Well, this is what Lester, if you're watching, I know it's you, Pigeon. You know what I'm saying? I don't get why you don't just say it. I'm Pigeon, Lester. Okay, this is the thing, right? All we're doing is covering what they're saying, and for me, I love this shit. I love anything related to Egyptology, archaeology. You know what I'm saying? UFOs, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they discovered recently. You know what I'm saying? And it was a group of scientists. So I'm saying that's all.
I am struggling to express in words just how significant of a discovery this is.
He's really good. He's good. I watched a few of his
What has
videos.
just been announced in relation to the pyramids at the Giza plateau and the plateau itself is so incredible, so awe-inspiring and narrative shattering that I have been sitting here for the last hour trying to wrap my head around the implications of what we were just told. So this is pretty much breaking news because the new findings were announced on the 16th of March at a press conference held by the team who was studying the Great Pyramid of Giza with a non-invasive technology that was first developed by Filippo Bionde and Corrado Malanga, called synthetic aperture radar Doppler tomography. So this was used to explore the internal structure of the Great Pyramid.
So I've looked into this shit. Synthetic aperture radar Doppler tomography, right? This is wild. So because the structure was built with certain materials that resonate energy, it's easy to detect. So this is the thing that I've been saying, right? The civilization that built it, I'm not saying that Egyptians didn't build it, but the people that built the pyramids, they chose that location specifically, right? Then they actually use materials for it to be detected. I mean, so if you're going to build the civilization and you want to let people know where you're at, exactly where you're at, you know what I'm saying? That's the exact thing that you would want to do. It's a beacon. It's emitting energy. It's emitting not only energy, but it's emitting where you're at, to your location. It's telling somebody we're here, and this was when it was built. It's wild. Here we go.
Pyramid of Giza. And this method leverages the analysis of micro movements typically generated by background seismic activity to achieve a high resolution, full 3D tomographic imagery of the pyramid's interior and subsurface components. The recent findings from deploying this technology.
You hear it? So all it's saying is that, okay, so then you look at the pyramids, right? Then it tells you exactly when it was built because it tells you what star it's looking up to. So it's basically it was built. It tells you exactly where it's at, 30 degrees latitude, 30 degrees longitude. Then it tells you when it was built based on the what's it called so it's aligned to Orion's belt, right? Then it tells you everything. You know what I'm saying? So when okay, if you look at everything, right? So how am I going to talk to somebody else if I don't speak the same language? You know what you use? You use mathematics. You use constellations. You use all of these things. You use the solar system. You use everything. I don't speak the same language that you do. You know what I'm saying? That's what the thing that they did. They created something that's beyond just simple linguistics. I mean, they built the pyramids based on certain things that other smart civilizations can understand, not simpletons. You know what I'm saying? So, and they actually use materials that can be detected by this type of technology. So what are they saying? They're using what type of technology are they using? What the fuck he just said? He said a whole bunch of things like um so the material that they're using is fuck seismographic, all different types of big fucking words, but these are the things that you would try to, if you're looking and you're scanning. Okay, so we send satellites into space, right? And these are the things that we're trying to look for to detect if we have a life in other planets. So this is a beacon to let people know where we at, when they were built, how they were built, things like that. This wasn't built, these pyramids weren't built for humans, they were built for other people to detect us and find us. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense? It wasn't built for just ordinary people. This is why people don't understand this shit.
Technology are nothing short of mind-blowing, because what's been discovered is that there are huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock. In fact, over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Massive internal structures connected to the base of the pyramid and extending deep, deep down. This is what we know so far. Utilizing high-resolution radar images from Capella Space and Umbra, which are 2 private companies that specialize in satellite.
Right. So now, if you're using satellites, which what other civilizations would use, like let's say if there was a UFO, or whatever, or other intelligent beings all across the world, they would be sending satellites. That's what they would use to scan other places throughout the universe to find other fucking life forms. This is what they would use, right? Then they would scan for specific things like that. You would find it and zone it, and then so when they find it, right? If you scan the pyramids, you would know when they were built, how they were built, and things like that. It tells you everything.
Satellite-based synthetic aperture radar imaging. This has allowed researchers to create a 3D model of the internal structure of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now, this model has revealed a previously unknown chamber with 5 horizontal levels.
That's crazy.
And a sloping roof, which in of itself is an architectural design unlike any previously documented in the Giza Pyramid. But the most shocking discovery lies beneath the surface, below ground level. Radar tomography has identified vertical cylindrical structures extending for hundreds of meters beneath the pyramid. There are 8 of these cylindrical wells arranged.
This is what's crazy. It's like, I've never been to the pyramids of Egypt, but I could just imagine how massive this shit is, and then imagine that underneath that. It's the same size as the fucking pyramids of Egypt. Well, here we go.
Arranged in 2 parallel rows, descending to an astonishing depth of 648 meters. Even more intriguing, at the base of these structures are 2 massive cubic formations measuring approximately 80 meters in diameter. The tomographic data suggests that these are vertical wells with intricate spiral pathways. Now, this design...
Bro, it's tomographic. These motherfuckers using big ass words and shit. That's wild. Look at this shit. There's like these fucking cylindrical things. There's 8 of them sitting beneath this, right? I don't think that you guys, man, I don't want to say that. I don't even know how big and massive this shit is. This shit's fucking crazy. And then there's underneath that, there's supposed to be a whole fucking square things. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Not only implies a functional purpose, but also a level of sophisticated engineering that completely blows the dynastic Egyptian model out of the water. I mean, the pyramid itself was already a massive red flag in the ancient Egyptian historical narrative. But now, with this discovery, I think it's become impossible to say that the Egyptian civilizations that we understand, that we've been taught about, were responsible for building these structures. And it doesn't even end there. The radar analysis extends beneath the...
Yeah, this is it right here. Okay, so this is what supposedly that they found, right? All of this, like this is what they're basing it on, right? So we just see 3D models of this, right? Which would be like if you ever had like X-rays or things like that, they this is what they do, and then they create some certain things. But this is what they found underneath, right? Here you go.
Entire Giza plateau, revealing interconnected structures beneath not only the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Interconnected structures. So it's just one of the pyramids. Then there's another one. There's 3, right? And then there's a whole city behind this, underneath this, and then they're massive, massive miles.
But also those of Khufu and
This one, okay. You see this? All 3 of these pyramids. Can you see it? Okay, can you see? Shit. Okay. You see it? Okay. You see these 3? Boom. There's a whole entire city beneath this, and this is fucking massive. It's crazy. So you see how perfectly it kind of like looks like all of this, the whole entire foundation is flat, and then they built these pyramids on top of this shit. Bro, the level of sophistication is fucking crazy, bro. This is nuts. This was like, okay, either once upon a time, we used to be really intelligent civilization, and then we lost it, which could be true. You know what I'm saying? But who were the people that built this shit, or where did they go? Right?
Menkar, the subsurface network reaches down to a staggering depth of approximately 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers. This is not possible given the standard historical.
What the fuck? 2 kilometers down? Beneath this thing right here, bro. This shit stands out. So you can see it throughout the whole entire city of fucking Cairo, Egypt, wherever you're at. You can see it all the way down. You see the rest of the buildings? So this was the tallest man-made structure up until the what is it in Paris? What the fuck is it called? That structure. And then there were skyscrapers, but this was standing beyond that. What the fuck is it called? I forgot what it's called, but yeah.
An archaeological narrative
up until then
given to us about ancient Egypt. Now, I'm hearing that there is more to come. There is a 4-hour presentation that's going to be released by the research team. This is what I'm hearing. That's going to go into every detail of their findings. This has essentially been a strategic release of incredible data ahead of time to get people interested. And I am more interested in this than basically anything else right now, because this is by far the most provocative piece of evidence for not only a potential technological explanation for the purpose of the Giza complex, but it also provides the most extraordinary evidence for a pre-flood era civilization that was flourishing in a way that we can scarcely comprehend.
I think so too. Exactly. Because like history, I think history is being rewritten, right? So like that's the thing. I think that exactly what he's saying is true. I think that there was some sort of intelligent civilization before this, and it's being written off. You know what I'm saying? But you can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny this shit.
It's also possible that this spiraling cylindrical series of structures are staircases. And I can't help but think of the channeled writings of Thoth the Atlantean, you know, the Emerald Tablets, speaking of a lost hall of records, a sacred hall of knowledge below the Giza Plateau, the halls of Amenti. Could this be the lost hall of records from the pre-flood era? Now, obviously, this discovery is extremely controversial. It runs as a complete contradiction of the established narratives and status quo in mainstream academia on these issues. This will cause big waves throughout the academic and the...
So this is the thing with the Egyptologists. When you need to rewrite history, they feel uncomfortable because they feel like they're established and they've done all this stuff. They don't want to rewrite history because it's out of their comfort zone. They don't want to do it again. Now you have to. You have to fucking actually change your mindset and go based on what's going on, right? It takes years and years and years to rewrite history. You have to eliminate all of these books, or now we actually have what is it, apps and things like that, right? So we're capable of doing it, nowadays. But before, all of these dudes are like 70, 80 years old, right? I'm saying they feel like what they wrote before needs to stand and be the truth. But if nowadays you can change history every single day, it's an update. That's all it is. You're updating what history is about. Does that make sense? So if this is now, which is, if it's true, then you just updating it. That's it. You're not changing history. You're just updating history. You know what I'm saying, guess what, guys? There's a whole level of fucking pillars that exist beneath the Egyptian pyramid. And what's crazy is that this shit is huge, humongous. The base is fucking crazy. The pillars and then whatever lies beneath that is crazy. It's nuts. There we go.
The wider world if they can fully evidence these findings. But the results so far seem pretty clear. There is obviously significant structural engineering taking place deep below the pyramids and the Giza Plateau in general. Has this changed your mind on the pyramids? Has this strengthened your position on what they might have been? Has this new discovery given you any new ideas about what the implications are?
Yes.
Let me know in the comment section below. And honestly, everyone, share this far and wide. This is such interesting stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll just have to see where this goes, because rest assured, I'll be keeping a very close eye on any coming announcements and updates on this issue. This plays directly into one of my...
Look at that. Look at that. Bro, this shit goes down, and then there's another fucking... There's like these
main interests, which is, of
shit.
course, prehistorical civilizational implications. What was going on before the global cataclysm? Well, I think...
How did he do that? If it's true, right? If it's true, if this all turns out, debunk this shit. So honestly, I think that it's in the Egyptian government and the Egyptologists in their interest to debunk this. If it's not right, so what technology are they going to be using, right? Just to do this, right? Wow, that shit dope. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm just addicted to this shit. I'm saying, there we go.
Moments like this could shed light on that question. What a time to be alive.
Go subscribe to that guy. They're doing it. Okay. So he does have some videos, right? Man, I've seen a few other videos of people explaining this. I do want to play this. We got Nikola Tesla, School of Thought.
Calculations about things.
The app school, right? Here we go.
Mainstream.
So one of the important things of all of this is, man. Here we go. Hold on.
Historians will tell you.
Let me try to play this one real quick. Ooh, nope. Like that shit is fucking. Does it change your life?
Calculations about things and their immediate.
Does it change anything? No, it doesn't. But you kind of want to know, or it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't apply for your day-to-day life and things like that. But it's interesting to know all of this stuff, right? Here we go.
The Egyptian pyramids are without a doubt the most mysterious structures on planet Earth. We do not know when they were built, how they were built, who built them, and most importantly, why they were built. The Great Pyramid weighs nearly 6 million tons and consists of 2.3 million stones that are cut and fit together with laser precision. Many of these massive stones, which weigh as much as 80 tons, had to be transported from vast distances of more than 500 miles away. For thousands of years, it stood as the tallest unnatural.
See, that's how it used to look. So, according to what I've heard, the little pyramids were just replicas of what the big pyramid used to be. So this pyramid it still has a little bit of the limestone on top, but it used to be like this, all white, and then it used to have a top, which is called the gold part. All the way at top is the what is it called? The capstone, right? On top, it used to be made of gold. Wow.
Natural structure in the world. Certainly, there must have been a good reason to go to all this trouble to construct such a wondrous monument, and we now know that it certainly was not a tomb. Nikola Tesla, who was perhaps the greatest inventor of all time, had a particular infatuation.
Now we know. That's crazy. I love these explanations from him. It's crazy. It's dope. Salute. But yeah, let's finish this one off. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Here we go.